Welcome. Hello, family. Welcome to the Alkaline Kitchen with Christina and Ava.
Welcome.
We have something really fancy up our sleeves today. And I'm going to credit Christina with the inspiration for this recipe. Christina spent many years
In and out of India.
in and out of India. India. And the origin of this recipe is from India.
It is.
In fact, I think that we are going to use a lot of recipes from India because they use the very spices that are the most medicinal and potent spices on the planet. And they have a lot of vegetable-based recipes,
Right.
Is that right?
Yes.
It would be nice if you would tell everyone how in the world you happen to come to live in.
Oh, well,
India.
it's very simple. I married an Indian.
She married an Indian. That's all you have to do, girls.
And then I got married in India, which was really interesting because it doesn't take just like a 20-minute ceremony. It takes days.
Days to
Yes,
get married?
with lots of costume
So then you
changes.
have no excuses as to not having thought it over.
Now that's true, especially when you're going as a woman behind the man around the Grand Koran.
There are clues there.
There were
right?
clues, yes.
There were clues,
I should
but-
have strangled. Well, anyway.
Well, anyway,
Yeah.
we won't go. But girls, these recipes are just absolutely fabulous. And though they tend to be a little bit more complex than some American recipes may be,
Yeah, they're a little bit more laborious, but there's reasons for that because you're taking natural, wholesome ingredients instead of out of a package.
that's right.
And they're all, organic and fresh.
These are all organic products, and remember, we are a vegan alkaline kitchen. That is, the cuisine is composed or comprised of plant-based ingredients that are non-hybridized, not created in a laboratory someplace. That God, nature, has made these. And these herbs are ancient.
Well, actually, it's God's laboratory.
God's laboratory.
And the birds and the bees.
And the bird, yeah. Now, wouldn't you rather eat from there? To me, this cuisine is the most natural, the most organic, the most life-giving,
Truly nurturing and wholesome.
truly nurturing and wholesome. So, this specific recipe that we're introducing you today to is called
Biryani. Now, it's not only Indian. I think it's also from Persia, which is now known as Iran. It's the whole Middle East. And I was talking to a lady from Saudi Arabia the other day, and she was saying they have biryani also, but they name it differently. But it's basically the same conglomeration of spices and ingredients.
And
So-
these spices are just absolutely phenomenal as far as their, and I hate to sound scientific to you, but they're medicinal. They heal you, and yet they're delicious. So let's do this for our family at home. Let's tell them about the ingredients. So what do we have in this specific recipe?
Well, we have actually yogurt.
Yogurt.
Now, the yogurt being vegan yogurt, which is made from almond milk.
Yes.
So it's almond milk yogurt. You can get it ready-made at your local food store, your health food store.
You don't have
or
to
Trader
actually go
Joe's,
out
whatever.
and milk an almond.
Wow. Anyway, yes, so we have almond yogurt,
Almond
which
yogurt.
I've licked it before, spoon,
She
really
does that
sweet.
behind the scenes. Yes.
Well, it's all new to me, and I want to know I'm going to eat
Yes,
something.
she's the novice here, and I'm the health nut. And so these are a new concept for her.
Like you. I mean, I'm just from, I was an omnivore, and, I got interested because Ava's a friend, and she's very healthy.
Yeah.
And she's also such a yoga teacher, and she's made me feel better. So she said, let me make your insides feel better.
That's right, and we're here to make your insides feel really good. And we do this with these wonderful ingredients. Again, starting with yogurt.
And then we have ginger, which here I've grated ginger.
You have no idea. You know, when I was researching all these ingredients, it's just astounding how vitamin-packed, mineral-packed each one of these ingredients are. I'll just give you a hint. Ginger is an anti-inflammatory, and it's an antioxidant. And it's got iron, calcium, phosphorus, zinc, copper, chromium, manganese, and vitamin C. That's just one
Of the ingredients,
of the ingredients. So
Then we have garlic.
we have garlic, and garlic is, you know, it was even mentioned in ancient Egypt in the papyruses that we found, or that were found, from which we have garnered many of the not only herbal remedies, but the the pharmaceutical industry is already makes them their own by simulating them in a laboratory. Because
Like they make them into biochemicals?
they make them into something that they can patent and then sell back to you. So the garlic was something that the Egyptians fed, and I hate to tell you this, to the slaves. Why? Because it gives you an enormous amount of strength.
And they had to build those pyramids.
And they had to build,
And they had to carry Cleopatra.
and they had to, yes.
So they were smelling a little, weren't they?
Yeah,
Like
so,
garlic.
so perhaps after you put a lot of garlic into your foods, your boyfriend will carry you around the house a few times. Anything is possible, right? So, garlic.
Okay, and then we have cashews, which we're going to roast or saute as a garnish on top of the biryani.
That's right. And so cashews are also, you know what? I don't want to have to bore you with all the laborious ingredient, because each one of these is so richly packed with ingredients that if you go to our website,
Which is?
thealkalinekitchen.wordpress.com,
.wordpress?
thealkalinekitchen.wordpress.com, there will be a separate page that will list these ingredients and many of the others that we use, and it will then have its equivalent medicinal properties, which are extraordinary. So let's move on.
Okay, so then we have lime juice, which is another way of taking the marinade to a new, more penetrable state, to penetrate into the portobello mushrooms. Now, in the traditional biryanis, they have either fish, lamb, chicken, and vegetable.
Right.
So what we did was we took the meaty portobello, washed it, cut it up into bite-sized pieces, and then we're going to marinate that in the yogurt with all the other ingredients, all these spices, and Ava, you just run through the spices.
All right, let's just run
Just
through
name
these
them and-
spices. We've got clove, which is another extraordinary, another rock star as far as herbs are concerned, medicinal properties. You just won't believe what cloves will do for you. And then there's
It's only a
coriander.
quarter teaspoon of each, okay?
Quarter teaspoon of each, but there's coriander. We have cinnamon. We have cumin. We have red pepper, black pepper, and cardamom, and peppercorns, and back to sassafras.
No,
There's no
it's called
saffron.
saffron, not sassafras. That's a
I know.
sassafras.
You know what sassafras is?
No.
Which is why I confused the two.
Yeah.
Sassafras is also an herb. And it's an herb that one takes in order to regulate your alkalinity as well.
Really?
So you can make a tea out of it. And I often have it for before I go to sleep. So it puts you to sleep in quiets your stomach.
Is it in a powder or is it in a stick like a vanilla bean?
It's little bark sticks. It's like from the bark.
Of a sassafras
The
tree?
sassafras, yes. So saffron, pardon me, because I have sassafras on my mind. Yes, so saffron. And we soak that, right?
In milk, which is
Almond
milk.
And we soak that in almond milk. So,
And then we take all of these things and we sauteed. How many onions? We got a
we've
whole
got
bunch of onions.
three
Biggies.
onions,
Three
three
biggies.
big onions. We're doing a combination of red and white onion. And so basically we have wild rice as well. We've already sauteed the onions, and you want to slice them. That's very important.
This is the onions, and we
Look
slice
at that,
them.
how beautiful that is.
And I love the aroma.
So this is a sort of a layered dish, and it is, you saute a little on the stove. We will show you in a later segment exactly how to cook it, but it's baked as well.
And this is our wild rice, delicious.
Yes,
It
in the
smells good.
alkaline.
It's like a nutty smell.
Oh, it's delicious.
Very interesting.
And it's higher in protein than quinoa, which is why it's a recommended grain. So we've got black and wild rice, black rice and wild rice, which is permitted in the alkaline list of edible permitted ingredients. But you know what I wanted to say before we close this, and please come to our site and look at us cooking this wonderful recipe. What we, again, I think that Christina was the inspiration for this. She's running into people. She's one of the most friendly people in the entire world. She can make friends with practically anyone. She would be a great emissary, a great diplomat.
Thank you.
You would be.
I'm the cooking diplomat.
She's the cooking diplomat. She suggested that we ask you out there, dear family, if there's a recipe that you're very fond of,
Right.
maybe even from Europe or wherever you live,
Anywhere in the world.
if you live in South America or if Africa
China.
or China or America or Canada, if there's a recipe that you're very fond of that you would like us to translate
Into vegan alkaline.
into the vegan alkaline,
And make it taste good. Because that's a big thing, you know, it's a feast for your taste buds as well,
It
right?
is.
Besides all of your other organs.
exactly, so it feeds your soul as well as your body.
I like it.
Is what the thing,
Yeah, it's fun.
the idea of it is. So if you would email us, and our email address is, drop the and just put alkalinekitchen@yahoo.com. Alkalinekitchen@yahoo.com.
AlkalineKitchen@yahoo.com.
And
Do you know how to spell alkaline?
I have learned how to spell Even I know now how to spell alkaline.
I thought it was spelled like alcohol.
Not. It's not spelled like alcohol. But go there, please, and email us a recipe,
Your favorite.
and we will, with your permission,
Translate.
even announce that it came from you
Oh, sure.
and where it came from, what part of the world. And then we will we'll choose the ones that we think are appropriate to this concept here. And we will then cook it up.
That'll be fun.
It will be fun.
Actually, it's like going around the world by taste buds.
Yes, your taste buds are your.
And your organs getting very healthy.
That's right.
While you're touring the world.
That's right. So, if you really try to understand what the whole concept here is, we're trying, in the best way we can, is to refine your taste buds. Because our poor taste buds have been the victim of bad upbringing. And they have gone astray. I, as a Hungarian, was raised by a mother who was a chef, but I was permitted to eat all the candy I wanted. I guess I was just obstinate. but no matter what I wanted, candy-wise, I was given. And though the Hungarian food is very delicious, it is, our idea of a salad was cucumbers and vinegar.
Oh no, in Holland we have that too. Yeah,
Yes.
it was a teeny dash of oil, and then the rest was vinegar, and then it was sugar and salt and pepper.
Sugar and salt and pepper.
And it's had to sit there for a while.
So I didn't even
And
know what a
thin.
salad was
Yeah,
growing up.
yeah.
I had no idea. And how many out there have come from families who also meant well, loved you tremendously, but nonetheless, when we're children, our taste buds are actually educated to the particular foods, and we become literally addicted, which is why we're addicted to meat, dairy, bread,
Wine,
sugar,
wine.
alcohol.
I like my wine.
And these are the very things that make our body totally acidic. And the idea of an alkaline-based diet or a purely plant, non-hybridized based diet is to correct your overly acid system.
How long will it take?
Well, it depends on how dedicated you are. You can, again, we were thinking of creating a halfway house.
Well, you know, it's called Alkaline Rehab, and we could sit together in a group and confess all of our addictions
That's
to
right.
cookies,
What you do in the middle of the night
Doritos.
when no one's watching. So we know how hard it is. But the relationship between what you eat and who you are emphatically what you eat.
Oh my God.
So can you
I'm
imagine
bad.
what you really are? All that you ingested is you. And your body is a
sewer.
it's, well, I was going to say, yes, it may have become a sewer, but it's always trying its best to detoxify you.
How?
How? Because the liver, the kidneys,
Oh, the filters.
the filters
The
are there.
pancreas,
The pancreas,
yeah.
they're there for that purpose.
And they take out the bad stuff?
But if every single meal that you consume is toxic, is acidic,
Yeah.
you're wearing out the system. That's what you're doing.
Oh, that's why people who drink too much have liver problems.
They do indeed.
And people who eat too much sugar have
And
diabetes.
diabetes and so on. But all the diseases, though they don't tell you that, all the diseases are connected to what you eat. Hippocrates knew that. Hippocrates cured with food. He cured. Yes, that's why the saying, let food be your medicine, let your medicine be your food. That's an ancient saying. It's what they knew to be true. But we've steered away from it because now food is an industry.
I'll say.
And what you do by acquiring this diet is you take your power back, and you take the power of healing back into yourself. You become the physician. You heal yourself. And that's the entire idea of this. So I hope that even if you introduce one or two of these recipes into your diet, that will help a great deal. And before you know it, it can become cumulative. And then you'll feel the difference as your system clears out, cleans out, becomes more pure. You become more electric. You
And
become
regular.
more alive.
And regular.
And she loves that. She
I do. And can I add something?
Of course.
Sorry.
No.
You're more the guru. And
I
I'm following what you say, but it's very insightful. I feel enlightened because all of this food tastes good.
It does.
So it's not bad sticking to it, this
No.
diet. The other thing is with you sending in your recipes, you take your favorite foods, and hopefully we can recreate a sort of a imitation, like we did imitation chicken with the portobello
We make
mushroom.
it better.
Actually, I'm
So-
looking forward to this dish today.
Yes, it's going to be interesting because
Yeah.
of the diversity of ingredients, and it's not been tried with the
Mushrooms.
mushrooms or the wild rice that we're going to use.
Right.
So it's exciting, actually. So
So let's cook.
let's cook. All right. So you can watch this segment and learn all about this, but we're going to put the cooking in another segment. So please come to our channel.
Yeah.
And my channel is called Ava's Total Health and Fitness Solutions. Just put in Ava's Total Health and you'll get there.
And that's the channel.
That's the channel.
That's like, one of the major cable channels. And like then underneath that you'll see the
Our kitchen.
Alkaline
That's right.
kitchen.
And I'll have my little tiny kitchen too, where I'll make the halfway house, where I'll make recipes that are a little bit more simple, like
Everyday recipes.
like veggie burger things, and
Right. Breakfast food.
yes, breakfast food, dinner
Lunch,
food,
yeah.
fast dinners, quick.
These
things.
are more entertainment and feast for the senses.
And feast for the senses, and if you really want that curative effect, because so many of these ingredients are used. So let's just
Okay.
thank you for
Thank you.
coming to
Say it again, Ava, in Hungarian.
Egészségedre.
Egészségedre. Egészségedre.
Oh, she's so good with languages.
Thank you.
And in Dutch?
Gezondheid. Gezondheid. À votre santé.
Gezondheid?
Like, if you sneeze, they go, God bless you, but they
Yeah.
say health, to your health.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so
that's an
gezondheid.
easy one to remember there, isn't it?
Gezondheid is German.
Gesundheit.
Gezondheid in Dutch is a bit more guttural, but
Ah.
not pretty. But anyway, to your health, and here we go cook.
Let's go. All right, thank you.
Thank you. I'm hungry.